What's up, guys? How we doing today? Happy Thursday, almost Friday. Woo woo! Thursday night football. Waiting all day for Thursday night. This is the this is the best part of the schedule because there's Thursday football, Friday football, Saturday college football, Sunday football, Monday football. What do you mean, ew? What are you talking about? It's like football all day, baby. Waiting all day for Sunday night. Do. What's up, guys? How we doing today? I hope you guys are having a wicked day. We are rocking. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and TikTok, making things happen, doing what we would call the doggone thing, bingo, bango, ing. Hope you guys are having a wicked day. Thursday night football tonight. Tampa Bay and New Orleans. Is that who it is? Wait, this New Orleans guy is playing tonight, and he's dealing with the fucking. Oh no! Okay, who's playing tonight then? Brandon, Stephanie, Ellen, Kevin, me. What's happening? Rob, Shag, Arnaldo. Hope you guys are having a wicked day. What's going on? Let's do it. I'm excited for tonight. Tampa Bay, Atlanta, officially the first game of the. Well, it's likely Juwan Johnson. Huh? Huh? Come on. Give me that one. Or it's likely not Juwan Johnson. Huh? Huh? Come on. Tough crowd. Tough crowd. But honestly, I would go likely. I don't really know what happened to Juwan Johnson. He kind of all of a sudden fell off a cliff. That being said, the Cincinnati defense is the worst in the league against the tight end position. So I'm having a hard time choosing between which Baltimore receiver, tight end. But I mean, if Likely gets that second touchdown last game, and he didn't get because of whatever dumbass reason, I feel like it's not even really a question. So I would go Likely. Pitts or Kelsey. I mean, I really like Pitts. They don't really have too much else to throw to. They are like without Drake London, Kirk Cousins really has targeted him, especially against Tampa Bay. Their pass defense isn't the best. So I could consider Pitts. And that's only because you have to know tonight. So I would consider Pitts over Kelsey. I just think that Kelsey's in for a really big bounce back game. Like I'm excited for the Kelsey bounce back game. Like I know that like as a person, as a man, as a competitor, he feels super bad and like the loss on him was his fault. So yeah, I'm betting on I'm hoping for the dog in him to come out and Travis Kelsey has a wicked game and we kind of rock it out that way. So because we need to know tonight, I might go Kyle Pitts just because he's been really good and Kelsey for a little bit hasn't been doing. So it's a tough one. Pedro, what's up, dog? I am a Ravens fan. Honestly, in my honest opinion, so Mark Andrews is the number one, and obviously he's their go-to guy. But in my honest opinion, that second touchdown that Likely had last week, that should have been counted a touchdown. I have no idea why it wasn't. I feel like that more than anything is kind of the like if they gave him that, it wouldn't even really be a question. You know what I mean? So I am biased toward my Ravens, but that being said, I think both of them are viable this week because Cincinnati has the worst pass defense in the league against tight ends. And like every single tight end has lit them up, with the exception of Baltimore 2 weeks ago. So I'm banking on the fact that both of them kind of have a decently good game. If I had to choose one, gun to my head, I might choose Likely, just because he seems to be targeted in the red zone a little bit more. I'm not really too sure why, but that's kind of me thinking out loud. Aiden, McLaughlin, or Little? McLaughlin is at home. Or sorry, Little's at home. Oh, you need to know tonight, eh? No problem at all, man. I hope that helps. I hope it works out. I hope it works out. I really do. I have Likely and Andrews, and it's going to be a battle in my head all week. I also have Likely and Kelsey, and as much as I love Likely, I'm just betting on that bounce back game from Kelsey. I don't know, man. McLaughlin or Little. I tend to avoid the Thursday games like the plague if I can. And I don't know, man. In the first week of playoffs, game one, I might go Little at home against the Jets and kind of hope that they build up a big enough lead that they don't have to push really hard, and then they kind of get more field goals. So I would probably choose Little in that aspect. Nix, Jacoby, or Dart. Uh I might go Dart. I don't love Jacoby's matchup, and Nix. I mean, they don't really need him to do much to win, right? So that's that's the downside with him. Metcalf, Judkins, or Mike Evans. I mean, Mike Evans on a short week or on a Thursday in his first game back after 6 weeks off. In your first game of playoffs, I don't know how much I want to risk him. And also just goes with my Thursday thought. I might do Metcalf on Monday. Monday, a little bit of a lure to it. I'm really high on Quinshon Judkins, but the team doesn't like using him. So I don't know. I might go Metcalf and kind of hope for the best. My thoughts are on Igbuka is that he's an amazing player, but I don't know really how you start him with any sort of confidence, especially on a Thursday, right? He hasn't been right lately, and I read something that's on Baker just as much as it's on him. But yeah, I don't know. I think he's going to be a great player. What, he broke all the records at Ohio State, so eventually he's going to be really good. I just don't know if we can count on him on the first week of playoffs with any sort of confidence. That being said, I am a little biased because I'm playing against him, so I'm just kind of being real. But like I said, like he's been dookie for a while, and I don't really know what to do with that. So I played Judy over Michael Wilson because of the matchups. I might consider it, right? In PPR, you might be better off going with Wilson just because they don't really have anybody else to throw to other than Trey McBride. So he might get a few catches, even if he doesn't get a lot of yards. But yeah, I might consider Judy. I don't even know, man. Like I don't love Cleveland. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I hate Cleveland. But like I don't even really understand them, to be honest. Maybe Shador is the answer, and like maybe we do that. But I mean, I'm with you this week though because I don't love that Houston matchup either. Baker or Dart? I might go Dart against Washington. They're kind of dookie on defense, and Dart seems to be healthy. I just tend to avoid the Thursday games, right? Like I don't know, and also Dart's got a higher floor, I think. So that would be where I would go. Jettas or Zay. Now that being said, Mike Evans being back is good for Baker. As much as it may or may not be good for Mike Evans, it's good for Baker. Jettas or Zay. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I'm not going to tell you to bench either. Um, yeah, I don't know. If you're honestly asking me, I'd pick somebody else. I'm not benching either of those guys. I like the way that Baltimore looked last week, and I'm not benching Jefferson. He's the best receiver in the league when they throw it to them. I don't know why the hell they're not throwing it to them. So, sorry. I hope it helps. Dart, Lover, Stroud for Dynasty. So, going forward, I probably do Jackson Dart. I mean, you got to figure that the Giants get an offensive lineman or two in the draft, and they've got Cam Skattebo. They've got a good receiving core. They could be exciting. I don't know why the hell they suck now, but if they get a few offensive linemen, I think Dart is your answer going forward. I mean, and right now as well, right? Baker and Godwin or Darnold and Shaheed. So I wouldn't go Shaheed. I don't love receivers getting traded mid-season because it's a lot harder than a running back to get traded mid-season and go in and learn like a completely different system. Um, so I don't love Shaheed as much as I do like Darnold. So like if it was me, honestly, I would go Darnold and Godwin. Um, Yeah, I don't know. I just and like I tend to avoid the Thursday games if I can, but I don't love Shaheed since he came over to Seattle. He's a really good real life player, like really, really good. Um but he's not very good in fantasy for fantasy purposes. So I might go Darnold and Godwin. 49ers or Bears defense. 49ers are playing Tennessee, aren't they? Who's playing Tennessee this week? So yeah, 49ers playing Tennessee. I mean, that's pretty much your answer right there. Should I be worried about starting Tyler Warren or pick up tight end off waivers? Honestly, I don't know what to make of that Indianapolis pass offense. I would, if I could, look elsewhere. As much as it pains me to say it, I have Tyler Warren as well, and it sucks. Like I'm I'm with you, but I'm also with you in the sense that I don't know if you can pick up Isaiah Likely from Baltimore. That's the plug and play right there because they're playing Cincinnati. So that's probably your best bet. Another guy to get would be Mason Taylor from the Jets playing Jacksonville. Jacksonville's defense is really good, but where they struggle is against the tight end position. So in PPR, he could be good for a couple catches. I'm just looking at my waiver wire, like who I can pick up. I don't know if there's somebody you have in mind or something. Um, or you could go somebody like Jonnu Smith from Pittsburgh. They play Miami Monday night. Aaron Rodgers loves his tight ends. It that could be somewhere, but I don't know if I want any part of that Indianapolis offense. Like I don't know if Philip Rivers is going to do anything. Is he going to be the quarterback? I guess. Is he going to do anything? I don't know, man. He hasn't played in 5 years. I didn't realize it was 5. I thought it was 3. And so, like, I don't know. That's got torn rotator cuff written all over it. Ripped hamstring or something. Like for real, for real. Genty or ETN. I'd probably go ETN. Who's Vegas playing? Philadelphia? Yeah, no, I'd probably go ETN. I'm expecting a big bounce back game from Philadelphia, so I don't think that the Raiders will be around long enough. Now, in PPR, I could probably get behind Dew and Genty because I don't think that I think that they don't have any pass catchers, right? So I would in PBR, I could get behind Genty, but I would probably do ETN. Baker Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is the man right now. All of a sudden, he's got a ton of weapons. Like, I'm super excited. I put a waiver claim in for him, and there's like a legit possibility I play him over Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson. And I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, right? So, eesh. I feel like that should tell you something. Juan Grow, doing fantastic. How you doing? It's better to start Dak. My opponent has Ferguson. My other Kirby is nah. I wouldn't do it just because if your opponent had CD Lamb, I might consider that. But I would probably see. I like having the receiver more than I like having the quarterback because like right away, a 25-yard touchdown for the quarterback is only 6-7 points. For the receiver, in PPR, that's what 1, 2.5, and that's 8.5 points for the receiver for 1 point for for 7 points for the quarterback. So if anything, it's worse to have the quarterback when your opponent has the receiver. All things being considered, though, I would just go Joe Burrow. I mean, this is why we got him, right? And his numbers against Baltimore are like stupid good. And so I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, and I'm totally expecting him to have a huge game. And so I'm actually like excited, hoping that that means that Lamar will have a big game. However, that didn't happen last time. So Goff or Baker. I'm actually putting out a video a little bit later. I'm so excited for Jared Goff. Like and like I tend to avoid the Thursday games. That being said, I'm so excited for Jared Goff this week. Going back to LA, a team that traded him and their whole future away for Matthew Stafford because they didn't think he was good enough. Like I'm excited, man. Dog Beans, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate you. Go Steelers. F off. I love you so much. You know what? Should be a big win this week against Miami. And that's what I mean. Like, we need a win too. So I'm excited for like I have to be excited for this week because we need a win, man. If you guys I think you guys are gonna win, and then we'll be 2 games back with what, 2 games left, 3 games left? Shit, son. Yeah, so I would go Jared Goff over Baker. Purdy or Darnold, PPR. I don't know. PPR doesn't matter for your quarterback, but I would do Brock Purdy. They're playing Tennessee. We just watched what Shador Sanders did to Tennessee's defense. So I'm excited to play Brock Purdy this weekend. Hampton, Quinton, or Addison for the flex. I might consider Addison. Hampton, I mean, if anything, that Kansas City defense really scares me. And I'm not, as much as it should be a better game from the Chargers standpoint, I'm not really expecting it to be too good. So I would just go Addison. Playing against Dallas, right? Their defense isn't that good. As much as they've been better recently, they're not that good. And so in a dome, I expect JJ McCarthy to kind of, as long as the offensive line can protect him, should be fine. Love or Sanders? Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't want to start a Cleveland Browns quarterback. Come on, man. Who's Jordan Love playing? Green Bay is playing Pittsburgh. No, Denver. Eesh. Eesh. Honestly, we just watched like I don't know if Shador Sanders is Jordan Love, but we just watched Jordan Love put up 26 fantasy points against Chicago's defense. So with a newfound confidence, I might consider Sanders over Love. Oh my god, in the first week of playoffs though. But that being said, I do not love that. I do not love that Broncos matchup. Come on, give me that. Tough crowd. But yeah, no, we don't like that Broncos matchup really at all. And kid's got balls. He's gonna play Shador Sanders in the first week of playoffs. That's crazy. I wouldn't even think of that. I have Bo Nix and Love, but I have Sanders on the bench. I'm with you though. I don't really want either of those quarterbacks. Excuse me. Denver's winning, and they don't really need Bo Nix to do anything. So like, he's really good in real life. In fantasy, not so much anymore. Damn, that sucks. A couple weeks ago, you thought you had the fucking winning combo of quarterbacks. Kelsey or Andrews, PPR. Oh man, this sucks because I'm actually expecting a lot from both of them. So like, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I would lean towards Andrews, and then I'm also starting Likely over Tyler Warren because Cincinnati's defense is statistically the worst against the pass against tight ends. So I would start both Baltimore tight ends with confidence. That being said, I'm expecting a huge bounce back game from Kelsey. I'm hoping for it. I don't know about expecting it, but I'm hoping for it. Right? I feel like as a man, as a competitor that he is, I feel like he's takes some blame for last week, and he feels like he lost the game for the team. So I'm kind of expecting him to come back and show that dog in him, right? And be the Travis Kelsey, the Taylor Swift boyfriend that we like, that we know, right? And we love. So I have Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, and Travis Kelsey, and that's going to be a battle in my head. That being said, I might go Likely over Andrews, all things being equal. Knicks and Love are versus each other. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. They both have tough matchups, and I don't really know that I want any part of that. First half under 24.5. Interesting. Could be a good bet. Drake May or Dak. Who's Dak playing? Minnesota. I might go Dak. Sunday night, right? At home. Might as well. Wandale, Judkin. That being said, if we find like it sounds like CD is going to be fine, but if we find out that CD's out, I would switch to Drake May. And then what? They're a 1 o'clock game, so I might consider like I might have to know prior to the nighttime if he's playing or not. Start Wandale, Judkins, Marks, or Olave. Full PPR, I would go Wandale and Olave. As much as I'm expecting, I'm hoping for a lot from Woody Marks. He's got a decently good matchup. Should be all right. I might go Wandale and Olave in PPR just because they're the PPR king. Actually, no, I wouldn't. Olave, yes, I would. Yes, I would. Sorry. Allen or Dart. Didn't Allen just get like 4 or 5 touchdowns last week? We're gonna sit Josh Allen in the first week of playoffs? No, we're not. No, you're not gonna do that. There's no way you have cojones to do that because I don't, and that I don't even understand how that's a question. Diggs, Ladd, Igbuka. I would go Diggs in the revenge game against Buffalo. Ladd's, I don't know. I just don't love that Kansas City matchup. That defense is really good. And Igbuka, I tend to avoid Thursday games like the plague if I can. And I don't think we can start him with any sort of confidence as much as he's a good player. Also, Mike Evans is back. So I don't know. Yes, nation address. Going to be amazing for all parties involved. Dicker or McPherson or Bucker or Pinero. I mean, I have McPherson, and he didn't do very good last time out, so I might consider McPherson playing against Baltimore. That should be a high-scoring game. But actually, Pinero, if he's going to play, might be your answer right there. That's in San Francisco. Should be a good game. They're playing Tennessee, so they should win. So Jacksonville or Kansas City defense. I'm going Jacksonville over Kansas City. I think that Jacksonville at home against the Jets is the play. Pittman or Sutton. I mean, I don't want any part of that Indianapolis offense. I don't know how anybody can. I don't know. Is Phillip Rivers going to be the quarterback? Is it going to be Riley Leonard? I heard Brett Ripien is another option. Rollbach, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. So I don't know, man. You got to have some kind of cojones to want to do that. Woozy or Judkins? What's that? I would assume we're talking Marks, Woody. I would probably go Woody. They've got a good matchup this weekend, so I like that. Ferguson or Picks. I also have Pickens. I don't think that matters, but I mean, I might go Kyle Pitts. I tend to avoid the Thursday games like the plague if I can, but I might go Kyle Pitts. No Drake London. They've really been passing to him a lot, and so I think that what's his face? Kirk Cousins. He really likes him, so I think in PPR he's probably your better bet, anyways. If C-Rod is ruled up, should I pick up JCM? I mean, I want to say that the answer is yes, but I can't with any confidence say that. I had JCM for the whole season and recently dropped him because there's nothing there. So I don't know. Henderson or Genty, full BPR. I'd go Henderson. The Bills give up like 6 yards of carry. So yeah, I would go anyone against the Bills defense. MHJ or Wilson? Are we talking Michael Wilson? So we're talking a receiver from the same team? I don't know. One of them's listed as the starter. The other one's been doing really well for the past little while. That's about all I can tell you from there. I would say in PPR maybe we go Wilson, but I don't know. I can't choose between two of the same teammates. One of them's the starter, one of them's the backup. That's the way I look at it. Diggs or JMO. I mean, I'm hoping for a lot in that Los Angeles Detroit game. So I can totally get behind the Diggs revenge narrative against Buffalo, but I'm actually super excited for that Detroit LA game. I think that that's going to be the way to go. So I'm excited. You can see it. I can't hide it. I'm excited for that game. Menengai or Rodriguez rest of the season. Well, one's a backup and one's a starter, so I would go with the starter rest of the season. Corin or Vidal. Oh my god. In the playoffs, really? That's what it's come down to? Diggs or Watson? I would do Diggs over Watson. I mean, I might go Vidal because I saw they don't like. I don't want either of those, man. We don't have anybody else, eh? We have to play freaking Blake Corum and Kiami Vidal. I mean, if anything, I'm playing Kamani Vidal because they didn't really seem to trust Omarion Hampton in pass protection. So for that reason, Vidal would automatically go be on the field for more. So I might have to choose him. Henderson, Igbuka, Devontae Smith at the flex. So I'm expecting a huge bounce back game from Devontae Smith. That being said, Henderson might be the answer because he is playing one of the worst run defenses in the league. That also being said, Mike Vrabel hates fantasy football managers and never has lets us have anything nice. So Jamo or Jennings. I did just read something that Jennings is actually the better. Probably he's actually been doing really well quietly. So I might choose him, but I'm excited for that LA Detroit game. Allen or Burrow? Oh my god, I don't know, man. I don't know why we would have both of those and not trade one away. We knew Burrow was coming back. We should have traded Allen after his 6 touchdown game. I I don't know, man. I don't know who to start between Josh Allen and Joe Burrow. I wouldn't have both of them on my team for this reason alone. I mean, if anything, Allen's got more rushing upside. Yeah, but that's just because you're trying to rip your league mates off. I don't trade with those guys either. So I would do I would have tried to do a trade where it appeared that I lost just so I didn't have to make decisions like this. Yeah, I don't believe that. Disconnected earlier, Diggs or JMO. So I would do I can get behind the revenge game from Diggs, but I'm excited for that LA Detroit game. Woody Marks for Burrow. Yeah, I mean I might have done that, but I don't know. You got to figure who's my quarterback though. Like I'm not just trading you a running back for a quarterback. If I already have a quarterback, i.e. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, any of the list of people. I'm not trading for Joe Burrow just because you want a player. You got to look at who you're trading with. Egbuka or Diggs, I might go the revenge game with Diggs. I don't really want any part of Thursday nights. I tend to avoid it like the plague. So yeah. Also, how do we start Egbuka with any sort of confidence? Fannin or Warren? I'm going Fannin. I don't want any part of that Indianapolis offense. Chris Rodriguez or Chris Godwin. I mean, Rodriguez might not play, so I'd probably go with. I think he's going to play, and he would be the answer. But I would go with Godwin just because you need to know for Thursday. only because uh, I don't know. Like I've had him all year, and he was Dookie for a very part of the year, or a very long part of the year. So yeah, I don't know, man. Huh? No, I didn't. So I mean, but I also don't want any part of that Jacksonville defense, right? So I think JCM might be the pickup in PPR. I might do Jeremy McNichols. Try and pick up Jeremy McNichols because he'll probably be the best. You think picking up Jones would be a help instead of Hall? Yeah, I'm excited to pick up or to play Aaron Jones, and yeah, I don't want really any part of that Jacksonville defense. Also, Brees Hall might not play, so when are you gonna oil up? Oh, we're oiled all day, baby. What are you talking about? we don't oil down. Come on, man. Shakira. Ooh, baby, when you talk like that, you make a woman go mad. Io, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. I think Shakir might be the answer. See, I tend to avoid Thursday games like the plague when I can. And also Mike Evans coming back off a 6-week layoff. I think it takes him a game or two to get back to the what we know about him. So that's what I'm thinking. I just don't like Thursday games also. That being said, like Shakir's not been very good, so I'm not playing him. But I think I think Shakir might be the way that I lead between those two. As much as I'm excited to start Mike Evans, don't get me wrong. I just don't know. Judkins or Blake Corum. Well, one of them's the starter and one of them's a backup. So that's how I judge that. I know that Corum's been doing really well lately, and everybody's super excited about him, and I'm super excited about him too. Don't get me wrong. Like I just picked him up in the two leagues that I'm in the playoffs. So I'm excited about him. I just don't know how I'm playing him in the playoffs with any sort of confidence when Kyron Williams is still fully healthy and there and going to be involved to a certain extent. Now, that being said, Blake Corum does strike me as the Zach Charbonnet to your Kenneth Walker, in the sense that they make Kyron Williams runs the ball all the way down to like the 10-yard line, and then Charbonnet comes in for the touchdown. All that being said, they use Devontae Adams as their goal line running back. The amount of touchdowns he has, like more touchdowns from inside the 2 or whatever it is, or inside the 5 than any receiver, but like most of the running backs too, right? So I don't know, man. Like if any, I know it's been really good the last couple weeks, probably on your bench, but you need all of the stars to align for Blake Corum to have a good game, and Judkins is still the starter, and yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna tell you to sit Judkins for Blake Corum. No way. Sorry, that's not how I'm gonna roll. Nico Rice or Bucky start 2. I mean, I tend to avoid Thursday games when I can. That being said, Atlanta's defense is dookie against the run. So I might go Nico and Bucky in that regard. Yeah, I don't really know about that Chargers defense. Mahomes, Burrow, or Herbert. So I don't even really know why we're even considering the other two. It's obviously Joe Burrow's the answer. Pick 3, Wilson, Watson, Jefferson, Diggs, Wandale, Evans. Okay, different question. Bring it on. You. So I would start. I'm starting Jefferson. I'm not going to tell you to sit Jefferson. No way. He's my dog. Let's do it. Cody, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. So there's one. In PPR, I'm starting Wandale. You know what? There's that line right there. Jefferson, Diggs, Wandale. There's the starters right there. I like those 3. Evans or Liad. Just messing with you. Ryan, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. I don't really want any part of that
Kansas City defense like ever. So I might go Evans. As much as I don't think he's going to have a good game, he could very well fall into the end zone for a touchdown. I'm not expecting very much from him though. Just so you know. I already have Bijan. Would you take Alligator or Vidal or Jones with Bijan? So I mean, I might consider a roster spot for Alligator just in case something happens to Bijan. I don't want him going off against me. But I also like all three of those. Is there a way we can get at least two, maybe all three? Because I actually love all three of those. Stafford, Goff, Mahomes. So the way that I look at it, Mahomes is going to have a dookie game. Stafford's going to throw for 4 or 5 touchdowns. And Jared Goff will be the wild card in that one because I think, like, I'm excited for that one. I'm going to be posting a video later. I'm super excited for that game. $1,600 on the line. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's the same with me. I got $1,200. So, I mean, I think to be good in your mind, Matt Stafford is probably the answer in that question. But I'm also excited for Jared Goff. Like, you got to be. He's going back to LA, where it all started. You know, they traded him and their whole future for Matthew Stafford. So as much as Stafford's going to throw 4, maybe 5 touchdowns, Jared Goff is. I'm excited about him. I'm just wanting one of those guys for this week to get me the most points for one. So probably the most points for one for this week would be Aaron Jones. Both are fighting old teams. Yeah, like I'm excited for that one. Like this is it's indoors. Like as much as um it's the LA defense, it's still indoors, man. And so like, you know, that's where Jared Goff thrives. And so I'm excited for that, man. Like for real, for real. Yeah, and no weather. Like if it was outdoors, I would say Stafford because he tends to do better. Jared Goff tends to not do well in the weather, right? But indoors, I'm taking Detroit plus the points and over whatever the fucking total and points end up being. Yeah, game of the week for real. And it's gonna fight for game of the year for sure. 100%. Eddie or Fairbairn, no problem at all, man. I hope it works out. I hope that helps, right? Like I think to ease your mind, probably Stafford is your answer, but Jared Goff could go completely nuts, man. So like I'm excited. I'm excited for all of the guys involved in that game. I might go Fairbairn. It's indoors, right? I tend to stay away from the elements. As much as San Francisco is nice, we could get away with Eddie. I think Fairbairn might be it. Jay Higgins or C-Rod in the flex. If C-Rod plays, I'm going C-Rod. But if he doesn't play, then I'm fine using Jay Higgins. In the playoffs, man, you don't have anybody better than Higgins to play in the playoffs. I'm all down for C-Rod because he's the starting running back against the Giants, but damn. Jacoby Breeze, Aaron Jones, or Ladd. Yeesh. So I want all parts of Jacoby Myers. I think he's reached must-start territory. I don't know how he hasn't. But I also like Aaron Jones, so starting running backs tend to hold a little bit more weight for me. So I might go Aaron Jones over Jacoby, but Jacoby's proven nothing short of fantastic for the whole time that he's been in Jacksonville. And it's weird because sometimes receivers mid-season take Rashid Shaheed, whatever the hell his name is. Take him. He's doing none, right? So Watson, Evans, Rome, or DK. So is Rome gonna play? I mean, all of that. I don't like all of that being equal. I might choose DK on Monday. Monday night games. It's got a certain allure to me. Plus, Pittsburgh's playing Miami. They actually looked fairly decent last week, so DK looked good. He's only got a stomach bug. Sounds like he just had some food poisoning or whatever. So he's back practicing. So I might go DK over all of that. Colson, Loveland, or Tyler Warren. So I don't know, man. I don't want any part of Tyler Warren, man, or that Indianapolis offense. So I might go JMO. Also, or yeah, I also without if Odunze's out again, that'd be wicked for Loveland. So also, what's his face? Williams has really been looking for him lately, so I like that. And then Jamo or Igbuka. I don't want to do Igbuka. I would go Jamo. I also think that has the potential to be the game of the year, right? So I want all parties involved in that Detroit LA game. Do we start Jones over Woody? I mean, I would because the Sunday night game has like a certain allure to it to me, just something to watch. That being said, Woody should have a really good game against a really sus Arizona defense. So, Adam, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. So I would start Jones only because that's a Sunday night game, but I don't have any argument for not starting Woody. So if you like Woody better, definitely do that. Also, Jones has a shoulder injury, right? But he plays with injuries all the time. I had London, but he's out, so I'm stuck with a weak flex. Yeah. I know. I hear you. I really hear you. I had London too, but I went wide receiver heavy in my draft, right? So like my running backs are kind of dookie because of that. I had Igbuka and Evans. I don't know who to start. I don't honestly, Kev T. If you're honestly asking me, I don't. It doesn't look like you are. I wouldn't start either, and that's just me. I tend to avoid Thursday games like the plague. And Mike Evans coming off 6-week layoff in his first game back on a Thursday. And Egbuka, I don't know how we can really start him with any sort of confidence. So, I mean, all things being considered, I might sit both of them if I had to choose only one. That being said, if I had to choose, gun to my head, I might choose Mike Evans. He has a better opportunity to maybe fall in the end zone. And I know that Baker's going to look for him. But I honestly, I don't like choosing between two guys on the same team. I don't normally do it. There was that one point where I had Pittman and Alec Pierce in Indianapolis, and I was either playing them both or sitting them both because I could never choose the right one. Diggs or Wandale? I feel like Wandale's probably the better answer, but I like Diggs in the revenge game against Buffalo. So that's a decent problem right there. You got to think revenge game for Diggs would be better than Wandale against Washington. As dookie as Washington's defense has been, I feel like Jackson Dart will have a big game, but mostly with his legs. So Chris Godwin or Jacoby Myers. So I tend to avoid Thursday games like the plague if I can. And Jacoby Myers, I feel like has earned must start territory. So I think Jacoby Myers is the answer in that one. Unless you can find a way to start both. Like I might consider starting both, but if I had to choose one of them, I don't do Thursday games when I don't have to. That being said, I am like I do my dogs, right? So like I'm doing Bijan. You know, we would do Drake London if we could. Who else? Tampa Bay. So like you know, like we would do Mike Evans, right, if we had to, but Coles and Loveland, Tyre Warren, or Theo Johnson. I have all of them. So I might do Theo, right? Jackson Dart really likes him. They're playing a suspect Washington defense. So yeah, if you have Theo, I would do him over both of the other two. Hurts or Dak. So I think Dak might be the answer if CD's back, but I'm hoping for a huge bounce back game. Like I'm kind of expecting a really big bounce back game from Hurts this week against. I mean, it's Las Vegas defense, right? So you know what I mean? It's not like he's getting another Los Angeles Chargers or you know the Chicago Bears defense, who's fucking weirdly good. So I'm excited for Hurts this week. That being said, I have a waiver claim in for Trevor Lawrence, and I might start Trevor Lawrence over Jalen Hurts, but I think Hurts is the answer. Yes, I'm biased. I have Jalen Hurts, and I don't have Dak. Actually, I'm playing Dak, so Dak's gonna do Dookie. That being said, I'm playing Dak in the first round of playoffs against my Jalen Hurts. So I can only imagine that Dak's going to go completely nuts. And Jalen Hurts is going to have an interception and a fumble on the same play. I can't believe that happened. I actually cannot believe that I watched that. Omar, Jefferson, or Jennings. I am not going to tell you to sit Justin Jefferson. No way. So you have to pick somebody else for Jennings. Although I do like Jennings, that's not going to be me. I'll do Theo and starting Dart. Oh, nice double combo. Love it. Yeah, that's a good one, especially against Washington this week. That's a good combo to have. I like that. I think Lamar is a must start. I have Bo on my bench. Lamar's been iffy. So Lamar's been dookie. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I'm biased towards Lamar. I will be starting Lamar. As much as I have Brock Purdy on my bench, and I think I'm gonna really have to seriously consider Brock Purdy against Tennessee over Lamar. That being said, Lamar looked good last week, and I think Cincinnati's defense is still not good. We just saw Josh Allen carve them up, right? So Cincinnati's defense is bad against everybody except for when we need them to be bad against Lamar, which so I'm probably starting Lamar. That being said, I don't want to start Bo over Lamar. They don't really need Bo to do too much for them to win, right? So I think he's been better in real life than he has been in fantasy for a little while. So I might start Lamar over both. Ken Dole, CD started at practice his second straight day. Yes. He does, however, have to do a full practice. He has to get through a full practice without anything. So that'll be telling. Oh man, honestly, I can't make that decision right now. I have Lamar and I picked up Purdy. So I'm going to have to make that same decision. I don't actually know. My team scored 185 points last week. Damn. That's wicked. Nice. I don't know, man. I'm probably going to end up starting Lamar. You're also talking to a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I am biased. They need the win. Cincinnati's defense just got carved up by Josh Allen. As much as they looked really good the last time they played, I think I'm just going to end up going with Lamar anyways. But I can totally get behind Brock Purdy. That's why I have Brock Purdy. So, like, I think Purdy might be the answer. We just saw what's-his-face carve up Tennessee's defense for 300 yards. So, Kelsey or Kyle Pitts. Because you have to know tonight, I'm probably going to go with Kyle Pitts. I think that since Drake London's been out, Kirk Cousins has really been looking for Kyle Pitts. So especially in PPR, I think he's going to do really well. That being said, I have Kelsey in my one league, and it's going to come down really to the wire because I'm hoping for a bounce back game for real from him. Like, I'm looking for the man inside of him. You know what I mean? The dog to come out, the competitor in him to really take ownership for the way that he played last game and the way that he's been playing. And, like, they need to win out, right? From now on in order to have any sort of chance. So because you need to know tonight, I might go Kyle Pitts, but I'm going to be arguing with myself all week because I also have Isaiah Likely playing the worst defense against tight ends in the league, right? So right? So I like see for me, I just tend to kind of follow like human aspects as much as sometimes matchups don't matter, right? Sometimes the X's and O's don't really matter. I want that dog in you to take over. I'm expecting, the competitor in you to come out and play, right? So Judy or Likely. I mean, if Likely gets credit for that second touchdown, which was totally a touchdown, I don't even really think it's a question. Stranger Theo Johnson. I would go Theo Johnson. Jackson Dart really likes him. And also there's suddenly a lot of mouths to feed in Tennessee. In Jacksonville. And I love that for Trevor Lawrence. I'm picking him up, hoping for it. Dowdle, Evans, or Myers. I'm not going Rico Dowdle. And I don't really want to do Thursday games. So Jacoby Myers has reached must-start territory, has he not? Come on, man. Should I start Mike Evans over Debo? I wouldn't, especially in PPR. I'm not really expecting Debo or Mike Evans to do too much. As much as he could get a touchdown, maybe two. I'm not really expecting too much. 6 weeks off, right? First game back Thursday. Start 2, Wandale. Hey, settle down, man. Sorry I can't get to your question. You can see I got a lot. I like to talk too. It's not just answering the question. So I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. I'm biased. Zay Flowers and Justin Jefferson. There's your two. You can leave now. Start 2, Igbuka, Hall, or Hampton. No, you're like, hello. It's not hello. It's hello. Here's my stupid question. Can you answer it? Even though I know the answer already. I'm just looking for clarification to sit Justin Jefferson, but you won't get that from me. I'm starting Jefferson with confidence. Hell yeah. Flowers or Devontae. I'm kind of, yeah, right? Jesus. Thank you, Genko. I appreciate you. Igbuka, Hall, or Hampton. Honestly, I don't want to start either of those, to be honest. That being said, I don't know how we can start Igbuka with any sort of confidence. And Brees Hall might not play, is what I'm seeing. So I don't really know about that. As much as Omarion Hampton might not be a good pick, he struggled in pass protection last week, and that might be his downfall this week. So, but I think he's your safest bet. Flowers or Devontae. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, right? So they looked good. Him and Lamar looked good last week. So I'm excited for them this week. Cincinnati just got carved up by Josh Allen, right? So no, I'm excited for Zay Flowers. But that being said, I'm expecting a huge bounce back game from Philadelphia. I'm starting Devontae and Jalen Hurts with confidence all day. So I think if I can, I'm going to start both. But if I had to choose one, I would choose Zay Flowers because I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. But I can totally get on board with Devontae because I'm expecting a huge bounce back game. Hampton, Woody, or Harvey and Hendo. Who do I bench? So, like I just finished saying, I think Hampton might be the bench. He really, from what I saw in the game, was he really struggled in pass protection. And when he struggled in pass protection, they kind of went to Kamani Vidal a little bit more than they usually do. So, I think, I, I think that might be his downfall. That being said, Mike Vrabel hates fantasy football managers, and we can never have anything nice. And I know that Hendo isn't going to do what we want him to do, even against a shady Baltimore run defense. So, yeah, I think Hampton might be the one to bench, but the common sense in me says that Henderson's not going to have the game that we want him to. That being said, RJ Harvey's got the toughest matchup of them. Oh yeah, Hampton's also got the Kansas City defense. So yeah, I think Hampton might be the sit in that aspect. I hope that helps, right? I hope it works out. Start Pittman at flex or pick up Jennings. So I don't want any part of that Indianapolis offense. No way, not a chance. I might pick up Jennings, especially playing Tennessee. We just watched Shador Sanders rip Tennessee for 360 yards. So for that reason, I'm kind of thinking of starting Brock Purdy over Lamar Jackson, and I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, so that hurts like at all. Can I play Debo and Terry or replace one of them with Godwin? So I don't really love playing two receivers from the same team. That being said, I don't love. I tend to avoid Thursday games like the plague if I can. Also, Washington's playing New York Giants defense, who is actually a very dookie defense, and in that aspect, Atlanta's defense is really good against the pass, but really bad against the run. So it may be you could even maybe start Sean Tucker tonight if you had that kind of cojones. I don't, so I won't. But yeah, I think Debo and Terry are playable against the Giants defense. I like that play. Damn, Parker, thank you for the question, man. I like that play. Damn. Rodgers, Nick Sanders, start 2. Oh, we do a 2 quarterback league. Okay. So of the 3, I might sit Bo Nix. No problem at all, man. I hope that helps. I hope it works out. I really do. Damn, I'm excited for that. I'm gonna follow that along. Next week, I'm gonna shout out to you, Parker Nelson. Next week, I'm gonna do a shout out if that works. I'm gonna follow that. That's awesome. I'm excited for that now, man. You got me excited. That's wicked. Good luck in your matchup. So Bo Nix hasn't really been good in fantasy lately, but they've been winning, and so he hasn't really needed to be good. So I think that all things being equal, Bo Nix is probably your lowest floor guy, and for that reason, I think I might sit him. Play Aaron Rodgers on Monday night too, right? And I guess Shador has kind of earned the right to be played again. And that's only because Knicks plays Green Bay. Like if they were playing the Jets defense, for example, I would play Bo Nix over Sanders, even though he had 360 yards last week. Watson or Evans? Oh, damn, that's a good one. Hi, baby. So I don't know, man. 6 weeks off against an Atlanta defense that's really good against the pass. I'm not expecting a whole lot from that from Mike Evans tonight. I think it's good for Baker Mayfield, and if I needed to, I would start Baker Mayfield. But I don't think I'm not really excited for Mike Evans yet, and I tend to avoid the Thursday games like the plague when I can. Right? So, damn Texas Tejano, thank you for the gifts, live shout outs, love you. Dak versus Vikings, Lamar versus Bengals. So I honestly think that Dak with CD back might be the answer to that question. But I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I'm biased. And I'm not afraid to admit it. And so I think that I mean Cincinnati's defense just got beat up by Josh Allen, right? And Cincinnati's defense is bad against everybody except for Baltimore 2 weeks ago, right? So that being said, Lamar also looked really good last week, and Zay Flowers seemed to look good last week, and the whole offense seemed to kind of click. And if that second touchdown to Isaiah Likely is a touchdown, I don't even know how that's not a touchdown. Like I'm so butthurt about that. Like I don't know if we win, but it definitely pads his stats, and it definitely makes the day look a lot better. So yeah, I'm biased, my man. I'm sorry. I'm starting Lamar. That being said, Dak has a certain allure to him on the Sunday night, right? Sunday night, uh, under the lights, at home, right? I can get behind that. Jay Cook, Bucky, Judkins, Jacobs, Woody Marks, pick 3, full PPR. So I think we go Cook and I think we go Bucky. I think those are the two right away. Damn, I don't really. You know what? I think we just start our dogs in the playoffs. Your top 3 picks are Jay Cook, Bucky, and Jacobs. So I think we go with our dogs in playoffs, man. We let our dogs bark. We do that, man. I'm a full proponent of playing your dogs when it matters, right? That's also why I'm not going to tell you to bench Justin Jefferson. I'm not going to tell you to bench Jonathan Taylor as much as I don't think he's going to do really well this week. But you start your dogs when you need them. Baker or Mariota. I tend to avoid Thursday games like the plague. And Atlanta's defense is a lot better against the pass than they are the run. And Mariota's got everybody there. He's got Terry, Debo. Zach Ertz is out, which is going to hurt. But playing the Giants defense, I think that's the play. Damn, that's a good question. Thank you. Do I still play Tyler Warren? So I don't want any part of that Indianapolis offense, and that includes Jonathan Taylor. Partly because I'm playing against him. But the other part is like we watched what a rookie quarterback did last time they went on the road in Seattle, right? And it may be a rookie quarterback, it may be a 70-year-old Phillip Rivers. Either way, I don't want any part of it. Not against Seattle. Like maybe if they were playing Tennessee, right? I might consider it, but not against Seattle. Dart or Mahomes. I think we go Dart. I don't love Mahomes' matchup. And then Dart's playing Washington. They just got beat up by thank you for the SpongeBob. Yes. Yeah, so I think Dart has the higher floor. Would you start Charbonnet? I mean, if I didn't have any other options, I probably would, yeah. Seattle's playing. Who's Seattle playing? I just seen that. Seattle's not playing a tough defense, are they? Are they? I don't think they are. Who did I just say they are? Indianapolis. Yeah, I think that it's going to be the type of game where Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker kind of eat. If I had another option, I probably would take it, but Mark Andrews, Juwan Johnson, or Isaiah Likely. So I think if Isaiah Likely gets credited with that second touchdown last week, which I don't even understand why he didn't, and that's stupid. I don't think that it would even be a question. So I think Likely is the answer. I think it's likely the answer. Huh? No? Oh, come on, give me that one. Tough crowd, man. Tough crowd. Um, that being said, Mark Andrews is my dog, right? He's been there for me, and so that's going to be a battle in my head going forward. So I think that if anything, Isaiah Likely might be the answer, but yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know who to pick between the two. I'm going off in the injuries with the Colts defense and Charbonnet. No, you're not wrong. And DeForest Buckner being out for Indianapolis really hurts. And it very well could be a game. They have no soft starter either. So it could be a game where Seattle gets out big real early, and then they just use the run game the rest of the game. I like that. Marv is out, but Houston D is elite. Saquon or Michael Wilson, my man. Imagine if I told you in August that you would be benching Saquon in the first week of playoffs. You would have laughed at me. You would have literally stopped watching and never listened to a word I said. And yet here we are. I love it. That being said, I'm with you. No, that Houston D is elite. I don't want any part of that. Saquon looked good last week. They've got the Las Vegas Raiders this week. I mean, I don't know how we can sit Saquon. If you've got somebody else to sit, I might consider Michael Wilson, but I don't know if I want any part of that Houston defense. Walker and Charbonnet have been splitting the backfield. No, exactly. And actually, it's been more of a Charbonnet touchdown area. So Walker goes the length of the field and Charbonnet comes in for the touchdown. So, I mean, hey, 2 touchdowns from, I would assume, your flex spot is more than enough. Jameson Williams or RJ Harvey. I would do Jameson Williams. I'm so excited for that Houston or that LA Detroit game. That's got game of the year written all over it. That's going to be a showdown of epic proportions, I think. Right? And I'm so excited for that. Judkins, Wandale, Jennings or the flex. I mean, I might go Wandale playing Washington, especially in PPR. Debo or Egbuka. I don't know how we can start Egbuka with any sort of confidence. I also tend to avoid Thursday games like the plague if I can. Also, Washington's playing the Giants defense who stinks, so I'm excited for Debo this week. That being said, I would not sit Bucky for Michael Wilson. Atlanta's defense is great against the pass, but they're really dookie against the run. Oh, excuse me. So I'm if anything, I think that Bucky will have a really good game. I could pull it up right here. What are their stats? Yeah. They're ranked 9th against the pass, and they're ranked 24th against the rush, Atlanta is. So, yeah, there you go. Mint, my man, thank you. That's amazing. Oh, I love you. You're wicked. So, yeah, that's where I think Bucky can go off. And I think if neat, like, it would take some kind of cojones to do this. Braylon, thank you for the follow. But I would also consider somebody like Sean Tucker against Atlanta's defense in a pinch if you needed it, right? Like if we had nobody else, Sean Tucker, simply because Atlanta's defense is really bad against the run. I think he might have a game or two. Addison or Ladd, I don't know, man. I don't really like that Kansas City defense. I would go Jordan Addison. Dallas's defense still isn't the best, so Nix, Bijan, Tracy, McConkey, McLaurin, McBride, Charbonnet, Henry, Seattle. Oh my God, man. That receiving core leaves so much to desire. Tracy Jr.? Maybe, I guess, if we had to. I don't know McConkey's going to do much for you, and I don't love Bo Nix this week. against. I don't actually love Bo Nix going forward because they're winning and he's not really doing anything. So there's no need to really change, right? So I think he's a better real life quarterback at the moment than he is in fantasy. Start Godwin, Etienne, or Ladd. I mean, Jacksonville's playing the Jets, so I might start ETN. They've been looking really good lately. I don't know what to expect from Ladd. I don't love that since Kansas City defense, and I tend to avoid the Thursday games when I can. And in this case, it looks like I can. Olave against Carolina, Jennings against Tennessee. Olave's been really good in PPR, so I might consider him. But Jennings against Tennessee, I mean, we just watched Shador Sanders go nuts on Tennessee's defense, right? So I don't know how we're not starting all 49ers with a whole lot of excitement. To that extent, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, and I'm really, really considering, like, I'm going to argue with myself all week if I should bench Lamar for Brock Purdy, right? I picked up Brock Purdy, so I would go Shakir over Jaden Higgins. I like Buffalo still likes him. Josh Allen likes him. New England's defense is great against the run, but they're not so good against the pass. So I like Shakir this week. My bench is booty. My bench is booty. No way. That sucks. I don't like my bench. It's booty. So I might consider picking up a quarterback and dropping Rashid Shaheed. He hasn't really been doing too much. I think he's better in real life than he is in fantasy. Unless your league counts return yards, in which that case he's amazing in my one league. My lineup is Allen, Bucky, Barkley, Olave, Jennings, St. Brown, Fannin, Warren, Wandale. Oh, damn, this guy's got a wicked lineup. I love it. So I would start Jennings, bench Olave, and I would start Fannin, bench Warren, just because I have no idea what's going to happen with that Indianapolis offense. And they're going on the road playing against a very good Seattle defense. We saw what happened last time a rookie quarterback in Minnesota went to Seattle for his first career start. That didn't go over very well at all. So it's either going to be a rookie making his first career start or it's going to be a 75-year-old Phillip Rivers. And either way, I don't want that. Shakir or Wandale. In full PPR, I might consider Wandale playing because Jackson Dart really likes him, but otherwise, it's Shakir for me. Burrow or Dart. I feel like Dart has the higher floor, maybe, but I don't know, man. Joe Burrow is the man. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, and I'm excited for Joe Burrow this week, which sucks. So Devin Neal or DeAndre Swift. So Devin Neal may not play, which is going to throw a huge wrench into my game plan. That being said, Chicago has really done a good job at committing to the run. And even against a really tough, what we thought really tough Philadelphia, then Green Bay matchup, they still kind of committed to the run and made it work. So I think all things being equal, I might pick DeAndre Swift, but Devin Neal might not even play, so that'll make that easier. Jennings, Debo, Dowdle, pick 2. So I don't want any part of Rico Dowdle. No way. There's my 2. I've been cooking with trades this year. Dude, nobody in my league trades, man. They're freaking rude. Like, for real, for real. Texans D, Seattle kicker. Hey, I got the Texans D this week. Let's go. I picked them up last week because I didn't need the win. I had position in the playoffs. So I picked them up last week. They did well, too, anyways. Canine or alligator? Wiz, thank you for the question. I tend to avoid the Thursday games like the plague if I can. And I don't know that I want to do the backup running back from Atlanta with nothing wrong with Bijan in the first week of the playoffs or the first game, right? So I can understand wanting to bench K9 because he doesn't really do much like he used to for you. That being said, I don't know that I want to start. I mean, one's listed as the starter, one's listed as the backup, right? And Seattle's playing Indianapolis defense, with an injured DeForest Buckner, which is really going to help. And I'm also expecting Seattle to kind of go up big early in that game and just use a lot of the running backs. Traded James Cook straight up for Barkley. No, man, that's crazy. I can totally understand it. Me personally, I don't think like that. I didn't have any shares of Saquon Barkley on my team for the specific reason that I am a firm believer in the Madden curse. And the Madden curse is undefeated. So as much as Saquon, like I don't want to wish, I'm not wishing injuries on anyone. I'm not hoping for anything. I'm not praying for nothing like that because I do believe in karma. But the Madden curse is undefeated, man. Like for real, for real. So I wouldn't have traded that simply because of that. But again, that would be my only argument behind it. I can totally understand your rationale and your thought process. And honestly, in the moment, it seemed like a good trade. But yeah, no, I'm just a firm believer in the Madden curse. That's all, and that's what I mean. Like, so Saquon's been healthy, but it's been one of the worst years of his career. So maybe the Madden curse didn't injure him, but it severely hindered him. So Barkley goes down after Judkins as well. Hey, I love Judkins, man. I'm actually a firm believer in Quinshon Judkins. I value him the way that we used to value Nick Chubb. Like a perennial first round draft pick, argument for number one overall. I think he's got that kind of talent. Also, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, right? So I kind of know Cleveland. I think they commit to the run a lot more than usual. T. Higgins or DK, half PPR, the cat dad. Yes, I'm the dog dad. I love it. Hey, come here. Yay. Looky. This is Zena. Say hi. Hi. That's nice to see you. Oh, and the other one's getting jealous. Yes. Hi, this is Buffy. Oh my goodness, so many kisses. Hi. Oh, hi. Hi. What's going on, huh? What's going on, huh? So T. Higgins might not play, right? And if he does play, he's probably the answer. But I like DK Monday night. Monday night's got a certain allure to it for me, right? So I might play DK, but T. Higgins is probably the answer if he plays. That's what I'll say to that. I mean, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I know all too well what T. Higgins is good for. Goddard or Juwan. I don't know how we play Juwan, right? He seems to have fallen off a cliff. I don't understand that, right? So as much as Goddard, hey, no problem at all, man. I hope that helps. I hope it works out. Thoughts on Higgins? So I might play Goddard. You can see that Jalen Hurts, as much as he hasn't been good for lately, he did well last game, and you can see that Hurts is still looking for him. So I think there's going to be an odd man out in that receiving core every week, and I don't know that it's going to be AJ Brown anymore. It's either going to be Goddard or Devontae Smith. So thoughts on Higgins and London the rest of the season? I assume you mean T. Higgins. I don't know, man. He might be dead, like for real, for real. If he's not, like I like Cincinnati. I like T. Higgins. He's amazing. Joe Burrow's awesome. Baltimore Ravens fan here, so I know all about Joe Burrow and T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and Chase Brown. And I hate them all, but I love them, right? So I think Higgins is going to be amazing going forward. London, on the other hand, I don't know that there's enough incentive for Atlanta to bring him back this year. I think it's kind of a lost season, and I think they're just going to kind of keep him healthy for next year. That's my thoughts on it. I could be clearly wrong, but also like Atlanta's schedule isn't the best, right? So Browns fan, oh man, I'm sorry. Shador looked good last week. Scooped off Fannin and Judkins off waivers? No way. Fannin I can understand, and that's a good pickup. But you picked up Judkins on the waiver wire? Damn. That's amazing. So you know exactly what I'm talking about with Judkins, man. Like I value him really high. Like I don't understand why you guys aren't using him. Like for real, for real. Menengai or Tyler Warren, all things being equal, I don't want any part of that. Week 3? Oh my God. That was right when he came back. Good Lord. I don't want any part of that Indianapolis offense. I don't even know who's going to be quarterback. No, thank you. Jacoby or Devontae or DK full PPR. I mean, Jacoby's earned must start status as far as I'm concerned, right? I don't know how he hasn't. That's especially in full PPR. I think he's a must start. That being said, DK and the Monday night game have a certain allure to me. So Jags or Eagles, I am going the Jaguars against the Jets over the Eagles defense. As much as I don't think you can go wrong either way, I'm doing the Jaguars. So start Strange or Fannin, also Lamar or Dart. So I think we start Fannin over Strange. I think there's all of a sudden a lot of mouths to feed in Jacksonville, which is great for what's his face, Trevor Lawrence, and I'm excited for it. So let's do it. So I'm excited for Trevor Lawrence. I'm just not. I just know there's a lot of mouths to feed, so I'm not really excited for any one receiver in particular. For that reason, I might go Fannin. We also saw Shador really likes him, so and then Lamar or Dart. I feel like Dart's the answer, and then Goff or Dart. I feel like Dart's the answer, but I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan and I'm biased, so I'm going to start Lamar. That's my only reasoning behind it. The Giants playing the Washington. I know that Dart's he's got a high floor, and I know that he's gonna do really well. No problem at all, man. But I think I'm starting Lamar. That's my dog, man. I can't not start him. That being said, I am thinking very highly of starting Brock Purdy over him. So, I knew he was gonna have that Nick Chubb impact. Hell yeah, man. He was wicked coming out of thing. Goff, Lamar, or Dart. So this is what I will say about Jared Goff is I think that I'm actually super excited for that matchup. I'm going to post a video later. That's got matchup of the year written all over it. I'm hoping for the dog to come out in Jared Goff. You know what I mean? Like LA traded him and their future away from Matt Stafford. So he's got Amon-Ra. He's got Jameson Williams. He's got Jahmyr Gibbs. You know what I mean? So even against a tough LA defense, it's still indoors where Jared Goff thrives. So I'm excited, man. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. And you can tell I can't hide it on my face. So I'm really excited for that one. 2 quarterback league, Lamar and Goff and Dart over Goff. That being said, I don't know, man. I really like Goff. Ryan, what's up, dog? How you doing? Evans, Pittman, or Addison the flex. So I don't know if I want any part of Indianapolis, and I don't want any part of the Thursday game, even though it's Mike Evans. He's been off for 6 weeks, right? So I think Jordan Addison, Sunday night, right, against Dallas, in Dallas, should be a good game. What do I think about the Texans? Dawson's Creek. Yes, James Vanderbeek. What's up? I think the Texans have an elite defense. I think they are run by D'Amico Ryans, who is one of the best defenders ever to play the game. I think they are going to win more games than they lose because of their defense. Their offense, however, is kind of lethargic, and I don't love CJ Stroud. Davis Mills was really good, but I don't really love CJ Stroud. So, yeah, I think their offense is going to let them down in the playoffs unless their defense can just be stupid lights out and just completely shut down the other team. So I don't want any part of that Indianapolis offense. I don't want to start Tyler Warren, especially on the road against a very good Seattle defense. Also, Shador seemed to like Fannin last week, so I think that's the answer. Also, Chicago's got a bunch of banged up linebackers, so that might not be the best when covering a tight end like Fannin. So I might go that way. Michael Wilson or Ekbuka. Honestly, I don't want to start either. I tend to avoid the Thursday games like the plague when I can. And Michael Wilson, I don't I don't want any part of that Houston matchup. So I might. I don't really want either of those. That being said, Atlanta, no, they're very good against the pass. That being said, in full PPR, I might consider. If I had to choose, I would probably take Michael Wilson. No Marvin Harrison, no Greg Dortch. In PPR, he could still get you like 8 points, 10 points. But if I'm being real, I don't want to start either of those two. Evans or Godwin, my man, they're on the same team. I don't really know who to pick. If I had to choose, I would choose Godwin. Evans coming off a 6-week layoff, right? I don't waivers, Evans. No, I understand having both of them on your team. I don't want anybody else to have them on their team. I understand it. But I mean, I honestly I don't do Thursday games if I don't have to, so I would bench both if I could. But hey, the cat dad's back. Yes, but if I had to choose, it would probably be Godwin. I don't really know what we can expect from Mike Evans. Right, he's coming back 6 weeks off, first game, and it's a Thursday. Like, RJ Harvey, Travis Etienne. Not sure I trust Travis for the playoffs. I'm with you 100%. I don't know that we can trust Travis for the playoffs. That being said, Denver's playing a very good Green Bay defense, and so I don't love that matchup. And Travis Etienne has a decently good matchup in the Jets. So I'm with you 100%. I don't know how much we trust Travis Etienne, but I tend to go play the matchups when I can. And the matchup tells me Etienne against the Jets is better than RJ Harvey against Green Bay. I hope that helps. I hope it works out. I really do. Booyah. Rock on. Alrighty, guys. That's going to be it for me for today. I got to get out of here. Thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with me. You guys are awesome. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Good luck in all your matchups. I know, I'm coming. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Go ahead and hit that follow button, subscribe if you haven't, share this with your friends or anyone you think might find this type of stuff valuable. Maybe get some enjoyment out of it. Let's rock it on. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day and an even better week ahead. Good luck in your matchup tonight. Let's go get it. Thursday night football. Booyah. Hope you guys have and I look very forward to seeing you again. I love you guys. Bye for now.